When I was a little girl, I wanted to be a princess. But I also wanted to be a cowgirl, a clown, a doctor, a veterinarian, a photographer, a soccer player, a marathon runner, and an Olympic figure skater.
Today, I want to be a filmmaker. I want to study people, watch their interactions, and formulate them into a compelling story. I want to be the next Shonda Rhimes, Mindy Kaling, or Jason Katims. I want to be a storyteller. But in my transition from this storyteller to this storyteller, I've come to understand that telling other people's stories comes with responsibility. According to the Gina Davis Institute on Gender and Media, males outnumber females in speaking roles in children's programming 3 to 1. Girls are only roughly 20% of what we see on screen, and in crowd shots specifically, girls are 17% of what we see on screen. What's even more frustrating is that this roughly 20% includes content that represents girls like this, and also like this.
So, what does that say to a little girl who has infinite dreams about what she wants to be when she grows up?
It sends her the message that she's only 20% of the world. And that her dreams are better suited for her male counterparts. Using this as an example of girls seeking out leadership opportunities, studies show that elementary school girls want to become president far less than boys. To be exact, of all the kids who want to grow up to be leader of the free world, only 19% of them are girls. That's a shockingly familiar number, right? In fact, that's too close of a number not to be a coincidence. Certainly there are other things at play here, like historically who has been president in the past. But if anything, this shockingly low number of girls who want to take on such a leadership position means that girls are watching, they're learning, and they're taking cues from media and applying them to life.
Production companies are taking note. Nonprofits like CJane.org are lobbying production companies, urging them to create content that has more female characters.
But here's the thing. Representing girls on screen means far more than simply making sure they have half the screen time. It means talking to girls, talking to them and really listening, discovering their world and putting it on screen. It means learning about what they want to be, which sure, may include a princess, but likely includes a multitude of other things as well. Because the thing is, girls are some of the best storytellers I know. They dream and they discover constantly. They create worlds in their imagination where they can do and be anything they want. They are dreamers, and they are innovators in the best possible way. Here's the thing. When we, as filmmakers, represent girls, we represent them in the ways that we think they should be. In trying to change media, we're acknowledging the ways in which they're being misrepresented, but in reality, we're still telling them how to act, think, and behave. On the one hand, we're telling girls to stop striving to be moms and princesses and instead strive to be doctors and lawyers. And on the other hand, we're feeding them media content that reinforces gender roles, telling them they strictly cannot do both. Girls are stuck in a dichotomy of who and how to be. What's even more frustrating is that none of these examples take into account the many other marginalizations a lot of girls face. Race, ability, sexual orientation, class. So what if instead of being missed and underrepresented, you're hardly represented at all? As a filmmaker, I have a responsibility to represent all girls in a healthy and empowering way. But I'm not the only one who can make that happen. How many of you have smartphones? Alright, how many of you are on Facebook? Now, how many of you know a girl in your life who you admire and respect? You have the power to create and distribute content that represents real girls as they are. We live in a day and age where you can create and share the stories that you want to see, and you can do that.
because you are valuable and you are important and you are so much more than 20% of this world. You have a story to tell.
Real girls rock. They're inspiring and they're curious and they're so brave, and they interpret the world from this perspective where anything is possible. Their stories are the ones we should be telling. And their stories are the ones that will change the world.
Thank you. So what do you want to be when you grow up?
A vet.
A vet? Why do you want to be a vet?
Because I can work with animals.
Yeah. Why do you like animals?
Because they're cute.